Like this is actual crack. This is like the most. This is the most crack I've ever seen on YouTube. Like I can't stop. I can't stop watching this. Jennifer Solution, The Legend of Jeff. Is this the one? Is there blood in this? This is madness. This is just straight liquid crack.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? You let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights?
Why is he pausing?
Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand? Do you understand what I read to you? Do you comprehend what I read to you? What the fuck? Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
Wait, this motherfucker said you had the right to remain silent, and he was like, that's it. Don't need anything else. What the fuck, dude? This is crazy. This is like, is he just gonna do that? He's just gonna turn it off? What the fuck is happening, dude? It's a robbery lacking drama. I don't know, man. This guy seems fucking crazy. So he needs him to understand the rights to continue legally.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years. He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate circumstance of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison. Jeff has been through the system multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay. Fair enough.
Damn.
You want a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open or you need me to?
Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we've found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is timeless, the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades that fit the criteria. Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be the protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged man simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is generally extremely unpleasant to every single person he comes across.
Look who's here, Jimmy. It's Santa.
Oh, fucking right.
Let's tell him what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason, we root for him while following his story. Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path.
Motherfucker says sounds like Hasan. What do you mean sounds like Hasan? I'm not a fucking anti-hero, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Am I? Am I overall unlikable?
Path
What
of
the
life.
fuck?
Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivations, yet our emotional response differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is a relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity alongside a noticeable vulnerability. This is what allows the viewer to truly connect with the character. It allows us to forgive them when they are unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah,
Thurman Merman?
yeah.
Jesus.
Unlike the clean-cut, one-dimensional hero of mainstream culture, an anti-hero is not only more realistic,
so
but
I gotta
far
pee, I'll
more
be back.
likely to resonate with the viewer. They resemble ourselves, and remind us not only of the ambiguous morality of existence, but also the possibility of redemptive change. With relation to Jeff, while many of us can't relate to the feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone or what?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Cause I'm a fucking junkie and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
Wait, I gotta see his actions again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna rewind this. Okay, I have to see all of
Can't
Jeff.
relate to the
Jeff.
feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade. We can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone or what?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Asking a fucking heroin addict who's currently in jail already whether he has a prescription for methadone is incredible. 10-10, dude. Very good police work right there. Yeah, dude. Let him just pull his prescription out of his asshole for fucking methadone, dude.
Cause I'm a fucking junkie and you guys.
Oh, yeah, he's like literally.
No methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I don't get it. I get heroin.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
Sometimes the manner in which words are spoken can convey far more than the actual words themselves. The admixture of pain, regret, and acceptance in his voice is not only palpable, but harrowing. It brings us back to the essential components of the anti-hero. He has the singular desire to accomplish his goal, to which the end justifies all means. Yet this desire stems from the scars of vulnerability, and there are few vulnerabilities more crippling than the relentless burden of addiction.
What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't
not
have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't talk
act.
to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to.
How?
Man.
I don't talk
you're
to
sitting
police.
here. Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, come here. I say, what's up? They search me. They ain't find
Hang on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are.
And here we have our glimmer of humanity. It may seem like a non-essential moment, yet sometimes the smaller things can reveal the most. Jeff extends his gratitude in recognition of the small favor the detective has done for him. There is no return benefit for Jeff giving thanks to his adversary, meaning there is an element of selflessness and grace in the act. There may be considerable emphasis on the glimmer of humanity here,
this guy's
but all we
awesome.
need is a glimmer to know that it's at least in there.
Yeah, I don't know why they think he's an anti-hero. He's more like a hero, dude.
Remain silent. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer.
Look
You
at him, he's
understand
throwing the trash out.
the rights I've explained to you.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All
People
right.
don't realize if they comply, there will be less sentence. Lying takes more effort than confessing as well. First of all, if it's an armed robbery and there's no evidence, why the fuck would you, like, comply and be like, yeah, I did it? Secondly, you don't know if he did it. What the fuck's wrong with you? Maybe Jeff is innocent, okay? Always lawyer up and never talk to the cops. Unless unless you're one of those, like, you know, middle class white murderer family guys. In which case, yeah, comply with the cops. I don't give a shit. Jeff, on the other hand, seems to be a dude who is an addict, okay, which is a disease or an illness rather than, you know, a criminal behavior. You prove that he's an anti-hero. You're defending him hard. Yeah, of course I'm defending him hard. No, I'm not talking about this guy. I'm talking about the middle class, like, rich. I'm talking about the fucking rich dude or upper middle class dude who murdered his wife and kids.
This is what I don't
told you this
understand.
one. I told you
I know,
this
but
one,
this
yeah.
is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to
Oh,
sit.
it is illegal drugs? Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. What do you mean it's illegal drugs? So, marijuana was illegal, and it still is in so many instances. Like, shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Here and tell me what happened last night, and then all.
Fucking narc. Jesus Christ, dude. It's illegal drugs. Okay, bro. Sorry that he's, like, not fucking rich enough to have, like, a upper middle class mom who's fucking Xanax prescription that they could slowly but surely steal from the medicine cabinet. Okay, my bad, bro. Sorry, Jeff. Little babies in the chat.
All of a sudden, I read that to you, and you screw it. I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed? Just in the.
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
Or
You
Oxy,
didn't
not
tell me what
Xanax.
happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what? the
But
fuck-
now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an
I'm a
attorney.
lawyer.
So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell.
He's fucking awesome, dude. What the fuck?
All right. I know we did this twice, but I got to do it again every time, okay? Before I ask you any questions, I got to read your rights. You understand that? Okay. Go ahead and sign there.
They're trying to
That's
break
it,
him
you got
down.
it.
Hey, stay
Look,
strong,
I'm not
Jeff.
signing nothing.
Stay strong.
You don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights, though.
Also, chat can stay strong by subscribing because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break coming up. And if you no longer want to see those ads, you want an ad-free broadcasting experience, you can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. Okay, that transition wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. I'll admit, that wasn't my best. Okay? I am doing what is known as a top-of-the-hour technique. By the way, it's crazy how quickly time is passing. Like, it's crazy how quickly time is passing. Like, I feel like I just did that, like, literally 10 minutes ago. These videos are straight up crack. Anyway, if you'd like to no longer see the ads, you can subscribe with the Twitch Prime for free or with a $5 sub. Here's the ad break now. Boys. There it is, boys.
All right? That's all I need is a verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's this coat gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now. He'll be here in about 2 minutes. Just to watch the soda machine. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful.
Why
to
should
me
I
at all.
fucking tell you that? I don't know. Why don't they just, like, get a fucking lawyer? Didn't he ask for a lawyer already?
Because I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
The detective downplayed the magnitude of the question to a considerable degree. He stated that it was a little something, when in reality, establishing a timeline alongside a destination can be a crucial and sometimes decisive piece of evidence. If the suspect locks himself into a specific place at a specific time, it can be used to refute a multitude of amendments he might come up with at a later stage. A single piece of admission such as this essentially has a butterfly effect on a suspect's leverage in a case, and although seemingly insignificant, this was a
He's going through withdrawals right now. Like, it seems like he's going through withdrawals as he's, like, continuing this interrogation, because it got to a point where it's been like 7 hours or some shit. He's
crucial
sick.
moment during the interrogation. The suspect at this point in time has given nothing away, and this was the detective's attempt at turning the table.
You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. There's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right? So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place and not remembered?
Fuck, no.
Okay, so you would remember if you robbed the place.
Yeah.
You asked me to bring you up here. I was done talking to you. If you want, why don't we just talk about the gun? Let's start there. Okay?
Well, I don't fucking have a gun or own a gun.
Okay. I don't think you do. I know you don't own one. Okay. But I need to know where that gun came from.
I don't have... What the fuck are you talking about?
The gun you were sitting on.
I was sitting on.
Body language analysis can never be given full credibility, yet this would be the most telling moment if one were to use it. The subject of the gun used in the armed robbery has been brought up in the discussion, and when inquired over the gun he was sitting on, the suspect brings forward his posture, maintains eye contact, and responds to the question in a forceful manner. It displays both confidence and conviction in the declamation. One could assume the suspect genuinely has no idea what the detective was referring to in this moment. However, in the next moment, the detective will clarify with the words, "the gun over at Aaron's house," at which point the suspect will reset his posture, break eye contact, and lower the tonality and emphasis in his dialogue.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Over at Aaron's house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Aaron says it wasn't his.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, Jeff, no!
Compared to the gun he was
Jeff!
sitting on, it would
Bro,
appear the suspect
frame!
knows exactly
Fuck! You hold the frame, Jeff. I'm rooting for you, Jeff. Jeff doesn't want to fuck his buddy over, okay? He doesn't want to fuck Aaron over. Clear. So he ain't no fucking snitch. But also at the same time, he doesn't want to get fucking caught hold. He doesn't want to be caught holding the bag. Okay? That's what's happening here, boys. Sad.
what the gun over at Aaron's house was referring to. Yet whether it be for the purpose of not incriminating himself, or for the purpose of not incriminating his friend, the suspect does the smartest thing and refuses to continue the conversation.
Like I said, you give me a little, I'll give you a little. Alright, I got a lot more I can tell you about the whole thing, but you gotta help me out too.
This entire thing should be thrown away. I feel like he already asked for a lawyer. Like, you can't, like, it's crazy. He asked for a lawyer already, and they just did not fucking provide him with a lawyer. That's wild. Possibly because he is a heroin addict and most likely poor. So they don't give a fuck, and they're just rolling over because they're rolling over him and his demands. Because, again, what's he gonna do, bro? Go to the fucking media?
To. Yet whether it be for the purpose of not incriminating himself, or for the purpose of not incriminating his friend, the suspect does the smartest thing and refuses to continue the conversation.
Like I said, you give me a little, I'll give you a little. Alright, I got a lot more I can tell you about the whole thing, but you gotta help me out too.
He asked to talk to them for a Coke? Oh, okay. Damn it.
So I'm willing to go to the prosecutor, I'm willing to go to the parole officer and say, this guy's a good guy.
What
He helped
happened?
me
He
out.
asked to
yeah,
take
yeah.
us again?
I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am if and you're going to charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't, I mean, what do you got, really? That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man. I'm done, man. Fuck this. The only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay. You're not getting out.
Oh, no. I can't finish it.
No! Dude, come on. Let him fucking finish the Coke. Dude, what the
Thanks,
fuck?
my Butterfinger, you promise.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens.
Wow, they're lying to him, dude. Look
Like
at
I
him
said,
towering
you
over
help
this
me out
guy.
all, I shall help you
Sigma
out.
frame.
I got you a soda. That's good enough.
Jeff was released from custody just under 12 hours later, and that takes us to the final and perhaps the most important component of an
Good shit.
anti-hero, the conclusion, which unfortunately in this particular case is unknown. The final outcome of this story will vary depending on the source, some with a happy ending, others a cautionary tale. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release, and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola, while another
What?
states that
No
he was
shot.
picked up the day after for the same charge, and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State Prison. If we go by the Hollywood formula, an anti-hero's actions throughout the course of their life are so drastic and single-minded that they only ever lead to salvation or destruction, and their final decision is always dictated by what they have learned
Jeff
and
is a
how they have
Patreon.
changed throughout the course of the story. The paradox here is that we don't even need the theme of imprisonment to mold the outcome of this particular story, as the theme of addiction is more than enough. Whether he goes to prison or not, Jeff will either manage to get clean and rebuild his life, or he won't. He is headed for salvation or destruction no matter what, and that single concept can perhaps define Jeff as an anti-hero.
Okay, I don't care about this anti-hero bullshit. But so he's what is he? Is he fucking? He's like clean now or something? Or is that not true? Someone was saying that he's like actually an attorney. I don't know if this is real or not.
But then look at my shoes.
Just showing up unannounced to the prosecutor's office because the note basically said, due to COVID-19 pandemic and complications that could arise, I shouldn't have to show up. And I don't think I should, because my defense could suffer because I live 2 hours away from where my tickets are. So what the fuck, man? They gotta grant me that shit. Who's with me? And yeah, I fucking overdressed, so what? You gotta fucking give them a preview of what's to come in court. You'd be surprised. People take you much more serious. Don't pay attention to my shoe, because I didn't think they'd see them, and they didn't. She wasn't even there, so I just left her a note. So I got all dressed up for nothing.
Good for him, dude. So wait, is he actually an attorney now? How much you cleaned up is such a huge fucking inspiration. Not gonna claim I know you, but I can tell the improvement in shows keep fucking going, man. So what happened? He's clean now, and he just like plays music. Jeffrey is all right now. Thanks, y'all. That's my lawyer, dog. I'm going to jail. Oh man, watch Jennifer Solution. Doesn't look all right, dude. What do you want? Motherfucker was a heroin addict for a long ass time, dude. God damn, bro.